Yo, we just people from the north side. Once the Timmy's at the shore fine. Winter ready on the four ties. Heavy traffic during 4-5. Gotta hustle on your own time. Color people every port side. We just people from the north side.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your host, your boy George Mackay, and I'm here with the world-traveled, U.S. visa ready, Northern Crown champion, Vaughn Vertigo. Welcome back to Straight Talk Wrestling, man. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Great. Feeling good.
We've talked to quite I just listed all the new accolades, but we're going to get into them a little bit deeper. So first I got to talk about is Northern Crown.
Yep.
One of the promotions that's come up in the last, I want to say it's in its second year. It just finished its fifth show. Second year? Maybe a year and a half? Is that where we're at?
We're entering the third year because it's 2023 it started. Have you been to a show yet?
I bought tickets for the first show, but then I ended up getting Impact tickets on the same day. So I sent my daughter as a representative of Straight Talk, but I have yet to come to a show. And I know I interviewed Shane Saber a few weeks ago, and he gave me shit about it.
I actually watched that interview, and that's specifically why I said that.
The whole Northern Crown family is just like, I tell you, it's crazy. No, but I do love the highlights, and I do love the matches that I've seen online. It is a special promotion for sure. A lot of mullet hairstyles over there, and I'm talking about one of the co-promoters. Yep. That's right. I will call him out for his mullet and Dago mustache all fucking day long.
He does have a crazy mullet right now.
Right? I tell you.
I don't know if he's going through a midlife crisis or what right now, but
and it's not like a Billy Ray Cyrus mullet. It's like a mullet that stopped caring.
Yeah, I mean, I will say it looks pretty good, to be fair. But also he books me and pays me, so.
Fair enough. No, you have to say those things.
I do have to say those.
I don't have to. Dago mustache, bad mullet. No, but I want to talk about you had a couple crazy matches, anointed literally by Josh Alexander numerous times. You and Gabriel Fares as the next, individuals kind of pioneering this Ontario indie evolution that we are in. I'm not going to say it's a revolution because the Ontario indie scene has been so special for so long, but now we're evolving and we're going out there more. We're putting our stamp all over the world, and it's exciting. And I shouldn't say we, like I'm part of it, but I mean, I do help by getting everyone on the show and talking about how great the scene is. So thank you for that. Thank you for recognizing that. I appreciate that. But I mean, world traveled, European traveled, now you got your U.S. visa and you're ready to go. How cool is that? I mean, the fact that you're one of the few wrestlers who was actually able to secure a visa kind of the right ways and not have to worry about all that red tape bullshit at the U.S. border.
Yeah, I mean, it's very special. I keep kind of thinking back to when I started wrestling. I was setting up the rings for, Kevin Steen and El Generico, and then when they moved on to WWE, it was guys like Ethan Page and Josh Alexander and RJ City and Speedball Mike Bailey, who were kind of like the top of the scene, and now all those guys are off on their own doing their thing. So now it leaves guys like myself, Gabriel Fuerza, Alexia Nicole to kind of fill that void. And honestly, it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure, but I think we are the three, and there's obviously others who are willing to step up and take that role.
When you say pressure, I mean, is it pressure just because you're automatically looked to now kind of as a locker room leader, whether you want to be or not? Yeah,
I think so, because I'm only 29, but I've been in this for 15 years, and it doesn't feel like that. Like, I'm still, I'm in these locker rooms where people are older than me, but they have less experience, and it's weird. But I have to get used to that and just accept the fact that, and just trust in myself that, I know what I'm doing. And I've clearly been knowing what I'm doing for a while, so now I need to step into that locker room leader role and kind of be a role model for these people.
Well, we've talked about it. I appraise your film ability and your promo ability to know, the way your stuff looks, it's crisp and it's clean, and somebody who spent a ridiculous amount of money on a film school education has done nothing with it. I appreciate it. I do. I appreciate it so much. And the fact is everything just keeps getting better. And then I always bring up, even though it hasn't ran in forever, it was only a COVID thing, I bring up Backyard Pro almost all the time. I mean, I was the one that came up with the name, the Tarantino of the Indies. And that is you. And, I've asked this question last time we were there. It was 3 years ago, and Backyard Pro was still a thing. But are we ever going to get just a send-off? One more. Just give us a little taste. One more time are we going to get to see these characters?
Believe me, I very much would love to do a Backyard Pro. And the joke that we always said is, next pandemic we'll put it together.
Got time to wait.
But the reality is, it's just things are so busy and things are moving so fast right now that being able to get everybody on the same page to put together another season is such a task. Because you got to remember that during the pandemic, people didn't have much to do. And I was literally traveling, say we had 7 matches for a Backyard Pro season. Each match was in a different location, which means it was shot on a different day, or I did 2 per day kind of thing. If I were to get everybody like in the same space to film a backyard pro season, it wouldn't look the same and be the same feel that it was. It needs these different locations. I've thought of this for a while now, and I think it maybe has missed the boat, but I wanted to do a Backyard Pro live show. And I think that there was maybe an opportunity. Do you remember the Alpha One venue in Oshawa? You maybe were there at one point.
Yes.
It has, like, we did the outdoor shows where it has the fencing on the outside.
Yes.
It looks like a backyard.
It absolutely does.
And I would have loved to have rented that space. No ring, just show up, do a backyard show there, and I think it would have been awesome. But, you know, time passes quickly, and then things started moving so fast for me as soon as I went back to Europe that I just didn't have the time to make it happen.
I understand that. But you've been over to Europe so many times, and now with the U.S. visa, you're going to tap into that market that I really feel a Vaughn Vertigo can shine in that U.S. market. Have you been booked anywhere? Is there anywhere, like this is probably going to air, I would say, mid-April, maybe early May. So is there anywhere that you have been booked by then, or any promotions that have reached out in terms of getting Vaughn Vertigo stateside?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of social media push online when I announced that I had the U.S. visa, which I'm very thankful for. I think you can see it online. I've been talking to a lot of promotions and just trying to make things work, but there's a lot of reality of, like, flights are expensive, things are very far away, so it takes time to get in the mold and to get in the fold of all these companies. But I'm very happy to know that I have Prestige Wrestling for WrestleMania weekend. I don't specifically know what I'm doing yet, but I assume by the time this comes out, you'll probably know what I'm doing, or it's past WrestleMania at this point. So I have that for WrestleMania weekend to look forward to.
That's amazing. Prestige is huge. Prestige always puts on something special, even when it's not WrestleMania weekend. I remember when they did, we had SummerSlam here. Prestige had a wicked show here that SummerSlam weekend back in 2019 before the pandemic. Prestige was here with, I can't remember who they were here with. They were here with someone.
I don't think they were here.
No, I do. I believe they were. I'm going to fact check it. I think they were.
2019, you had OWE, you had Smash, you had WXW, and you had Progress.
Sorry, my apologies. You're right. I'm mixing up Prestige with Progress. That's my fault. That's my fault. PMP. It's PMP.
They're both great promotions.
They are both great promotions. But the fact is, that's pretty cool that you're going to be WrestleMania weekend in Vegas. It's going to be, get a little bit of Vertigo infusion, which is super dope, super awesome. So you have no idea what you're doing, who you're facing.
Nope. I have no idea right now.
Nice. No idea. But we know also I know Demand Lucha is going to be over there too, as well, repping stuff, which is going to be great. Vegas that weekend is going to be incredible. Are you going to be able to maybe take in night 1 or night 2 of WrestleMania, depending on the schedule? I'm
actually going to be back. I fly back Friday night. I'm going to be back for Smash Wrestling because they're running Rebel on April 20th. And obviously, I want to be a part of that. But I'm there, I guess, Tuesday to Friday night for what's going on. And honestly, I've never been to Vegas, so I'm also kind of looking forward to the experience of, casinos and pools and sun.
We don't get those things. Well, we have casinos here, but they're not the Vegas casinos.
I've never been to a casino, and I told myself if I need to go to a casino, it needs to be in Vegas. So
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so I might be broke by the next time we have.
No, I don't think you will. I think you honestly stick to the smart things. Don't play any of the games that you have no idea. There's games that I still haven't learned. I've been to a casino a few times, and I've played craps a few times. I still don't understand it. I don't get it. I look for the oldest player at the table, and whatever he does, I do. He says, okay, put 20 on the pass line. Okay, I'm gonna put 20 on the pass line and I have no idea what any of it means, but I've won a couple times. I've also trusted the older generation, and they've let me down a few times.
I don't know if I'd put my trust in those people, but I mean, yeah, listen, if it
geriatrics.
If it works for you sometimes, then maybe it's fine.
Listen, if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're doing. Just like when I play roulette,
okay.
I go with the Wesley Snipes mentality. I just bet on black. Pastor 57, always bet on black. Boom. That's it. That's
I don't even know any games, to be fair.
I would stick to the casino.
What's that movie, 21? Is that the movie?
21 is a great movie.
I've seen that. That's my extent of knowledge.
Yeah, it's all about blackjack. It's a good one. It's all about MIT students using math to kind of rig the.
Probably why we watched it in school, I think.
Yeah.
Or maybe our teacher just didn't care. I don't know.
There's not a lot of great math movies out there. That's for sure. There's only really I can think of 21. I would say A Beautiful Mind.
What's that Robin Williams movie where he's doing the equation?
Oh, Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting.
That's another one. And yeah, that's really all I could think. Pi. Pi would be another one. It's actually about a mathematician who is trying to uncover the theory of chaos through numbers. But when he finds out that the theory of chaos is never ending, because chaos is never ending, the only numerical number he could come up with is pi, because the numerical number for pi is never ending. It's 3.14 and it goes on forever. So when he finds this whole revelation out, he takes a power drill and puts it through his skull. It's early Darren Aronofsky. Early Darren Aronofsky.
Okay.
Yeah, he did this right before he did Requiem, which was great.
Huh. Interesting.
If you see in Requiem, Requiem for a Dream, solid early Jared Leto, a young Jennifer Connelly.
Okay.
Yeah, solid flick. He sells his grandmother's TV twice because he gets addicted to heroin.
I know what I'm doing after the chaos of New Frontier tonight. I'm going to go home and watch Requiem for a Dream.
And then you know what? You let me know what you think. I'm interested. I'm curious. It's actually a film that I really do enjoy, and it's a film that I go back to. I wouldn't say often, but I go back to it every couple of years. I want to say it's about 15 years old now, maybe 20. So I go back to it every.
Is it a bit of a comfort movie for you?
No, actually, you know what? I'll be honest with you. When I get sick or something like that, because sometimes you get the man colds, like man colds. When I get sick, my comfort movie, don't laugh. I have 2 comfort movies: Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and The Goonies.
Oh, that's fair.
Okay,
That's fine.
cool.
That's fine.
I like for some reason, I when I get sick, I want to watch people hunt for treasure. I don't know why.
That's okay.
Yeah?
You're sick. You're not fully there. I like to watch Hot Rod because I can just check out and watch that movie a billion times.
Power of the Dolphin. I gotta go to my quiet place.
Go to my quiet place.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of funny things in that movie.
There is so many. I'm gonna save you, Frank, just so I can kick your ass. If you don't know what we're talking about, Andy Samberg, Hot Rod, classic.
Seen that movie, which apparently a lot of people haven't, because that movie, pardon my language, fucking bombed at the box office.
It was horrible.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it years later. It came out in like 2006 or something. My God, one of the best movies of all time.
Same thing with Grandma's.
If you don't like to laugh, then like, what's wrong with you?
Same thing with Grandma's Boy. You ever seen Grandma's Boy? Oh, Grandma's Boy is great. It's like direct to DVD, if you will, or direct to streaming, if you will. Happy Gilmore Productions. So it's all like the background players that you see in all the Adam Sandler movies that have the small parts. And now they have bigger parts. So there's a guy who's like,
That would be interesting.
there's a guy who's like 45, and he works at a game design place, but he's such a loser, gets kicked out of his apartment. He has to go live with his grandma. And then his grandma has like 2 roommates. One of them's like a 60-year-old like floozy. She's quite the woman's man, if you will.
Okay.
And it's just honestly, it's hilarious. There's a guy that talks like a robot. I highly recommend Grandma's Boy. If you have 89 minutes to kill, and why I know it's 89 minutes, I have no idea. But if you have 89 minutes to kill, I highly recommend Grandma's Boy.
Okay, I will think about it. Although if I did have 89 minutes to kill, I should probably put it into making a Backyard Pro season 4.
That's what I'm saying. Guys, it's going to happen one day. And when it happens, all I ask is that this says, dedicated to George because he never stopped believing.
It's true. George never stopped believing in Backyard Pro. I'll say it on camera.
There we go. I never stopped. But I want to get back to you. I want to get back to all the cool stuff you're doing. Like you said, Smash, you're absolutely killing it. Everywhere Vaughn Vertigo puts his stamp on stuff, it's special. So Northern Crown, you're representing the promotion. Smash, you're a staple. Here at New Frontier, you're one of the pillars. I want to say that every time I see you, and from where we started our relationship, friendship, whatever you want to call it, because off camera we are friends, we see each other at shows, we share presence. I've been able and honored to call a lot of Gabriel Fuerza and Vaughn Vertigo matches, a lot facing each other, a lot facing other opponents, and they're always special. And you know what I realize about a Vaughn Vertigo match? And this is something that I'm going to toot your horn here because I feel like you deserve it.
Oh, please do.
A Vaughn Vertigo match, I find, has layers to the storytelling, and there's always something that is unexpected. Even when I think I know what's going to happen, or I think I may see a move coming, Vaughn Vertigo throws me that curveball that I never see coming, and I become a fan again. So calling your matches, I find myself falling in love with pro wrestling almost on a regular, because when I try to expect it, you give me the unexpected, which is awesome.
I think that's probably kind of the key of how to make, in my opinion, a good wrestling match. I like to go with the theory of like, you want to give levels of emotion to people. So I like to throw a little bit of comedy in there, a little bit of aggressiveness in there, a little bit of anger, a little bit of sadness. Give them a little bit of everything to make it work, and that's kind of the formula that I like to go by. And then, throw something in there that's a little bit of unexpected. That's what makes a good false finish, right? You think it's over and they kick out, and you're like, whoa, what the hell?
But it's how close they can kick out to 3 that sometimes make it special. Like I've seen it where the hand is like 0.1 of a second before it hits that mat, and it's like, holy fuck.
And that's a whole other like inside baseball of wrestling of like, that's something. And when I do seminars, which is very rare, one of my things I do is take a pinfall and kick out as late as you can, because that's how you convince an audience that that's a finish as well, right? People just kick out at 2, and it doesn't mean as much as kicking out 2.9 kind of thing. So if you watch my matches, you'll know that if I kick out real late, I guess I'm doing my job right.
100%. Is timing at all in those kind of false finishes complicated? Because really, you're splitting things by like a hair. There's no room for error.
Yeah, because you wait too long, you might get that smack on the mat, and it's 3, and you have the crowd saying, "Oh, that was 3," and then it's not about the false finish anymore. It's about, oh, the ref fucked up or whatever, right? So yeah, timing is very, very key in those moments.
So you have to have a strong dance partner in the ring, and you have to have a strong referee that can kind of
100%.
cohesively work that out.
Everything has to be in the right place to make that work.
Nice. And my final question before I let you go is, when it comes to working in the States, and again, there are so many amazing promotions, but is there a promotion that you really, 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 really have your eyes on? Like a promotion that you're like, I want to work there once.
Yeah. I mean, right now there's a lot of what I want to do in the States. West Coast Pro is definitely a big one I want to do. There's ones that I want to get back to that I've had little tastes of. Procedures, I mean, I worked for them back in November, and I'm doing WrestleMania weekend with them, as I mentioned. Deadlock, another one where I had a pre-show match for them last year. I would love to get in with Deadlock full-time because they are just absolutely on another level right now. And every single person on that roster is just ace. And then there's other companies that are newer that I wasn't as familiar with to begin with, but are like have been around for a while and been killing it, like New Texas.
I've heard of New Texas.
New Texas is really rad, super rad. So I'm trying to get down there as well. I'm just kind of like trying to go into all these new scenes because it's kind of like a restart of the Vertigo brand. Because yes, I've been doing this for a long time, and I've worked for all the top promotions in Europe and all the top promotions in Canada. But going into the U.S. is a whole different field. Like these people don't necessarily know who I am or what I'm capable of. So it's gonna take time for sure. But I know once I get into these top promotions, I'll be able to hang with the best.
Nice. And actually, you just made me think of a kind of a bonus question, so I have to ask this because I'm curious myself for this. When you're working at a promotion for the first time and the crowd doesn't know who you are, do you get butterflies?
I do get butterflies, but it's a good butterflies.
Good butterflies.
I'm in a way, I'm so used to it. I actually love the reaction of coming out and, there's not really a reaction to me.
But then at the end of the match, there's a reaction like, I want to see this
because
guy.
they don't know necessarily your background. They might look at me and this happens often where people look at me and they think I'm maybe newer in the wrestling business. And then, I pop off and do something cool and they're like, holy shit, this guy's actually pretty seasoned and good. And then they go on my Instagram like, oh man, I didn't know you were, been all these places and whatnot. That's my favorite. I absolutely love that because that's what I did in Europe for years. I'd show up to these companies and people didn't know who I was. And then by the end of the match, they're like, holy man, this guy's awesome. No, I love that experience. It definitely butterflies though. But it's all part of the game. Like, if I don't get butterflies, then I'm comfortable. But you got to get really comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Get uncomfortable being uncomfortable. That's a great quote. Much like control the controllable. John Cena quote, Vaughn Vertigo quote. We've experienced everything.
We don't talk.
The two spectrums.
We don't talk about John Cena.
We don't talk about when John Cena? No, we don't talk. I was there. I experienced it live. You know what, though? I was there with my 9-year-old daughter, and I got to say, her reaction was not what I expected. She cried when he won the Elimination Chamber. She did. She cried when he won the Elimination Chamber. But then when he turned heel, because where we were sitting was kind of far back, so we were on the floor but far back, so it was hard for her because she's only 8. Yeah. But she was looking at the big screen in the Sky Dome behind us. I don't care if it's Rogers Center. It's a fucking Sky Dome. It'll always be the Sky Dome. It is a fucking Sky Dome. That's it. But she was looking at the screen, and it was weird. I looked over. I'm like, are you okay, buddy? And she's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm like, are you sure? Because, like, he just went bad. She's like, Dad, John Cena's my guy, and wherever he goes, I will go. So she's gone dark like Cena. She's converted. She went right to the dark side, man. She was a Padawan, now she's a Sith, bro. It happened.
Let me tell you, I was watching with Judas Icarus, Travis Williams, and Eli Surge, and there was a lot of us standing around being like, what is happening? I felt like a fan again. It was the best.
That's the moment, right? When you feel like a fan. That's the coolest part. Well, that's a great way to end this conversation. Even though we don't talk about it, I still got him to talk about it, which is pretty cool. Ladies and gentlemen, Vaughn Vertigo, book this man. He's incredible. Take my word for it. And if you don't believe me, check out his Instagram, which is
at Vaughn Vertigo. And you can also follow my TikTok or YouTube or Patreon. You can follow all those things now.
And you have Twitter or X too, right?
Oh, yeah, I got that too.
Does anybody even use X?
I mean, I do. I still use it occasionally. It's there. I also use Blue Sky. I try to use everything. I'm on social media too much, and I hate it.
I try to use Threads, and Threads is complicated. It's all – there's too many now.
There's too many. There's way too many social media.
There's too many. Remember when it was just Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter? Remember when it was so simple with just the 3?
Yeah.
Now it's like 77. Your link tree is huge now.
Look, the most important one is look at the merch link and click on that.
That's the one. Support, support, support. God knows I do. I have so many Vaughn Vertigo shirts, so many Gabriel Ferza shirts. When I go on vacation, I can literally go on vacation for 2 weeks and have a t-shirt for every single day.
Yeah.
I have so many. It's ridiculous. And some of them don't fit. Some of them are like belly tops, but I still wear them.
I appreciate that.
I do.
That means a lot to me.
It does. Well, actually, your shirts are hella comfortable. That Backyard Pro shirt, hella comfortable, man. So good. And, of course, I'm going to have tons of autographs. I think I have the evolution of autographs. I have a whole wall in my basement of just the evolution of you and Fuerza. All the different hairstyles looking like chumpy little kids to, like, now growing badasses.
My hairstyle's been the same. I think
No, there's been a couple times.
First has been a few hairstyles.
In the early days, the Vaughn Vertigo was a little bit like the AJ Styles, a soccer momish. It wasn't so long.
Okay, I guess you're right. It was a bit shorter.
It was a soccer momish, 100%.
Yeah, I was a soccer mom, for sure.
That's it for this one, guys. Peace, love, and wrestling. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Yo, we just people from the north side. Once the Timmy's hit the shore fine. Winter ready on the full ties. Heavy traffic during 4-5. Gotta hustle on your own time. Color people every port side. We just people from the north side.